Live from the Don and Lorena Meyer studio at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln College of Journalism and Mass Communications, this is Nebraska Nightly.
Welcome to Nebraska Nightly. I'm Elena Tomish.
And I'm Mackenzie Noble. Our top story today.
A transition is underway in Syria after rebel forces took down the country's dictatorship. It's a moment of celebration and hope for many Syrians, but the future of the country remains unclear. In Damascus, the capital of Syria, people are celebrating the fall of the Assad regime.
This is 50 years of silence. This is the reaction. 50 years, he kept us in the dark. He kept us in the death. This is the reaction of the Syrian people after 50 years of this regime, of this death, of this dark.
Professor of Arabic Studies, Alba Hassan, is gathered with others celebrating right now in Omaha. She said in part, quote, hundreds of thousands of Syrians were tortured and killed in and out of Syria's government-run detention centers. Millions of Syrians fled abroad, and only now the people of Syria can celebrate the fall of the Bashar al-Assad and dare to dream of a better future.
Turkey announces it will help Syrians migrants return home. Along the Syria-Turkey border, CNN Turkey reports Syrians are gathering at Çilvegozu crossing to return home. This comes as Turkey is opening its border gate for the safe and voluntary return of Syrian migrants. Turkish President Erdogan says his country will support Syria's rebuilding efforts. Turkey currently hosts nearly 3 million Syrian refugees.
The Australian Parliament passed one of the strictest laws against social media in the world. The law will ban social media use for anyone under the age of 16. One UNL student says the law could have mixed results.
I think it's going to keep them safe, but at the same time, it might cause a little more issues because then kids are going to make those fake profile accounts, and that's not going to be beneficial for the act to be in place. Resulting in the kids probably hiding way more from their parents than they should. But overall, I don't see it as a bad thing. I think it's a step forward in keeping kids safe so they're not being trafficked from Australia to literally everywhere else in the world.
Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese says the legislation is needed to protect young people from the harms of social media. It will take up to a year for the ban to go in effect.
An Omaha woman is turning a former Center Mall in Midtown into a one-of-a-kind collection. Erin Sullivan reports how she is sharing an African-American history with her dolls.
A glimpse at 3 centuries of American history through the eyes of a doll.
You have over 750 silent witnesses in this room.
This private doll collection is 35 years in the making. Most stored away for decades. Now, Lavance Dennis Williams is sharing them inside the Doll Museum of African American History.
My start was collecting baby dolls, and of course collecting African American dolls as a way to help teach my daughter about different things, about her race and culture.
For the Black community, dolls aren't just a plaything. They're a reflection of living as an enslaved child in 1850.
And they were just simple socks, they were simple rags, whatever a mother could find to put together for her child. Oftentimes, as stories go, they were putting these dolls together when they were being sold away from their children.
They're a reflection of perseverance. You see it in the dolls created by Shindana Toy Company.
For the first time, actually, are made by Black individuals that looks exactly like Black children, from hair textures to the skin tones.
These dolls capture the past, but for Lavon,
when I come in here, I get prideful.
Now she wants you to come experience it yourself.
And dolls allow us to tell those stories in a different way than just textbooks or from an artifact that may represent that era.
Well, after a 5-day manhunt, the man who shot United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson has finally been identified as 26-year-old Luigi Mangione. Mangione was recognized by a McDonald's employee in Pennsylvania, and police were called and recognized the shooter immediately. He has been charged with possession of an unlicensed firearm and providing fake identification to a police officer. Mangione is a graduate of an Ivy League university and from a prominent Maryland real estate family. He does have history of writing works that look down on corporate America and praising works by the Unabomber.
It's been a year and a half since Daniel Penny placed Jordan Neely into a headlock on a New York City subway. The jury has finally come to a verdict. Amy Kiley reports the results.
Do not The reactions are mixed after a jury found Daniel Penny not guilty of criminally negligent homicide yesterday. The case stems from an incident on a New York subway train last year. Witnesses say Jordan Neely was acting erratically when he boarded the train. Video shows Penny putting him in a chokehold that led to his death. An attorney for the former Marine says Penny protected himself and others on the train. He calls Neely a, quote, psychotic madman with a history of violence. Neely struggled with homelessness, mental health, and drug abuse. Some demonstrators call Penny a hero for his actions, but Neely's father says he's heartbroken.
I miss my son. My son didn't have to go through this. I didn't have to go through this either. It hurts.
He and the family's attorneys say the judicial system is broken.
We keep coming to the system, asking the system to let us know that our lives have value.
The family's attorney also is criticizing the jury for failing to decide on a previous second-degree manslaughter charge, resulting in its dismissal last week.
The jury they couldn't decide on the top charge, but they come back this week and they give up on us.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Well, it's been oddly warm here in Lincoln, I'd say. Meteorologist Logan Schlottman has more. Logan?
We did have an unusual pattern of warm weather over the weekend, but that looks to be changing as current temperatures across the state, we're mainly just seeing those 30s with a 40 degrees over here in Lincoln. While taking a look, partly cloudy conditions, northwesterly wind of 14 miles per hour, and that feels like with that wind is around 36 degrees. If we take a look at our current satellite, pretty cloudy for most of the United States, especially over down in the south where we have a lot of those clouds coming up. But over here in Nebraska, still same thing, pretty cloudy, especially over in the Panhandle. But what we do see is some chances for some snow and some flurries over in the northeast Nebraska. When we take a look at that radar, we do see those bands of snow starting to make their way down. It's probably going to go across throughout the afternoon, going into the evening. Let's take a look over at our medium range model where we're going to be seeing two chances for those snows. Where we do have that main one coming in today that's going to make its way out. But as we get into that Thursday and Friday, we'll have that another chances for snow there. With those precipitation chances for the next 7 days, well, it's going to be not zero, but there's chances for some wet conditions as we have 20% for Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, with our best chance being Thursday with those chances for snow. And as we get back into Tuesday, 0%. Later conditions for tonight, we'll see a low of 19 degrees with a northwesterly wind of 15 miles per hour, partly cloudy skies, and some flurries are going to be possible throughout the night. The week ahead, we're not going to be seeing those 50s again like we saw this weekend, as from Wednesday on to Thursday, we're probably going to be in the 20s with a potentially warming trend going back up from Friday back into Monday. We're 36, 37, and then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday going into your finals week, 46, 50, and 47 with mostly sunny and partly cloudy conditions. But if we take a look even a week further into that, we're going to be seeing higher chances for more above average temperatures here in Nebraska. But for precipitation and snow, it's going to be on the lesser side with lower chances for seasonal average. Thank you. That's all I have for the weather. Back to you.
Thanks, Logan. When we return,
the location for the bowl game has been announced.
Volleyball advances in the NCAA tournament.
And former Husker coach finds a new college team.
Stick with us.
Social media is a daily part of many college students' lives, something we've become used to, but it can also be overwhelming and draining. Studies show that taking regular breaks from social media reduces stress and improves mental health. Too much screen time has been proven to increase anxiety, while stepping away helps you reconnect with the world around you. Take a break. Protect your mental health.
The need for blood never stops. And at the Nebraska Community Blood Bank, your blood could help save lives. Right now, only 7% of the population donates blood. But imagine if there were more.
We're sitting at below a 7-day level of supply of all blood types across the board. So every blood type is important, and we need all donors of all types to come in and donate right now.
At the Nebraska Community Blood Bank, they believe that all types make a strong blood supply.
Welcome back. So much has been happening in Husker sports. We've got volleyball, basketball, and football now going to the bowl game, and sports reporter Sarah Pearson has more. Sarah?
Nebraska football is bowling for the first time since 2016, and their destination has officially been announced. The Huskers will take on Boston College in the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl. Nebraska became bowl eligible after a win over Wisconsin in its final home game, finishing at 6-6. This will be the first meeting between the Eagles and the Huskers. The game will take place in legendary Yankee Stadium on December 28th. Kickoff is set for 11 a.m. Head coach Matt Rule spoke on playing in such a historic building, saying, "This is a great connection between two iconic brands in Nebraska football and Yankee Stadium, and it will be a memorable experience for our players." Sticking with football, a former Husker is back in the coaching game. Scott Frost, who previously was at Nebraska, will head to UCF to be their next head coach. Frost led the Knights for 2 seasons, which included an undefeated record and National Coach of the Year honors in 2016. While in Lincoln, he had very little success, finishing with a 16-31 overall record. Frost was fired just 3 games into the 2022 season. His new deal with UCF is for 5 years. Frost sees this as an opportunity for growth.
I came until now that the potential for growth and status in college football is bigger here than it is other places, and I'm excited to take the challenge to try to get it there.
Nebraska volleyball cruised to sweeps in the first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament over Florida A&M and Miami this past weekend. With the wins, the Huskers advanced to the Sweet 16. Here's a look at the Lincoln Regional. In the first game, number 2 Wisconsin will take on number 6 Texas A&M at 6 p.m. Then at 8:30 or 30 minutes following the conclusion of Game 1, the number 1 Huskers will face number 5 Dayton. Both games can be seen on ESPN2, and the winners will meet on Sunday at 2 p.m. for a trip to the Final Four in Louisville on the line. That game will be televised nationally on ABC. Postseason play means awards are being given out. Senior libero Lexi Rodriguez was one of 5 Huskers recognized for AVCA All-Region honors. She was named Regional Player of the Year in the West Division. Rodriguez is currently 2nd all-time at Nebraska in career digs with 1,843 and needs just 47 to catch Justine Wangarantes. She is the first ever libero to receive the award. Husker women's hoops in action against Minnesota in the Big Ten opener. Nebraska out in front early. Britt Prince with a dime to Alexis Markowski. Count the bucket and the foul. Huskers lead by 10. Second quarter now, Alberte Rimdahl blows past the Gopher defense and lays it in to make it 29-15. Huskers rolling in this one. Here is Callan Hake knocking down her 3rd triple of the game. It's raining threes in Pinnacle Bank Arena. Petra Bozon getting in on the action. It's 51-34. Now check out this play late in the game. Markowski misses the shot, but here comes Kendall Moriarty flying in from out of bounds with the one-handed save. The scramble ends up in the hands of Rimdahl, and it's nothing but net. Huskers go on to win with a final score of 84-65. Head coach Amy Williams says she wants her team to take advantage of every opportunity.
Of every opportunity that we have to lace it up, and you know, we've got some people over there that would sure love to be doing that, and so I think that's a reminder for us that that you know, each and every minute that we get to practice, play, whatever, let's have joy and let's take advantage of it.
Sarah, it's such a crazy time because we're in the postseason for volleyball and football. Haven't been in postseason for football in a while with this bowl game, and now the start of these winter sports. It's crazy. Yeah, it's a very exciting time here in Lincoln, and things just keep on getting busier. Earlier this afternoon, it was announced that John Butler will be the new defensive coordinator officially at Nebraska. So an exciting time here in Lincoln.
Yes, we need that. We need that. But I'm really proud of our volleyball team and women's basketball team. They've been doing really well.
Absolutely. It's been an incredible year for Husker sports, especially the women. You know, they're always so dominant, and we'll see if they can keep it going this weekend. Let's hope so.
I love it. Yes.
Thank you, Sarah. Coming up, a local winter market with a German-inspired aesthetic after the break.
As soon as I kicked one of my buddies in the head, I was like, yeah, we got to go after that.
I take back what I said. Hey, done for the day? Yeah, just kind of maxed out on people. Is there anything you wanted to talk about? You know, thanks for asking. I have been feeling just kind of off lately. Do you want me to
Concerned about a friend? Just ask and refer them to counseling and psychological services at UNM.
Welcome back.
Entertainment reporter Joel Bierbauer visited a winter market in Lincoln to show us how the candles can be made fun.
The Haymarket is the place to be this Sunday, December 8th, as the Wax Buffalo Pure Soy Candle Company is back with its annual winter market. In the style of a German holiday market, the winter market hosted over 150 vendors and attracted nearly 5,000 people. The event was held Sunday, December 8th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the Haymarket.
I was actually driving downtown to the Haymarket right here, and I saw some signs advertising the event, and I just decided to pop in and check it out.
We usually, every year, go to either Local Locals or down to Wax Buffalo because we like supporting locals.
It's a holiday tradition you surely didn't want to miss. The event offered photo ops, drink samples, and endless holiday merriment. It's the purpose of the event to uphold the importance of supporting small businesses, especially during the holiday season.
You know, it's just a great place to be, especially on a Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon. Especially on a beautiful day like this. You know, it's December. Could be way worse. It could be really cold, but you know, we're here and it's a good place to be.
Wax Buffalo. Of course. Of course.
So, whether it's a local or in-state business, the Wax Buffalo Winter Market keeps the holiday spirit close to home. That's all for entertainment. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Joel. Well, today is the last show of the semester.
And for that reason, Nebraska Nightly would like to recognize 2 graduating seniors who are working their final show before moving on to their professional careers.
Well, first, one of our 2 student leads, Lucas Sinnott. Lucas has been with Nebraska Nightly since fall of 2022, and his main roles have been in the control room as a technical director, a graphics and clips operator, and Lucas was also one of the 2 student leads this semester. This January, Lucas will look to take his talents to KLKN TV Channel 8 in Lincoln as a technical media operator. He will direct newscasts as well as troubleshoot problems as an engineer.
And now the person sitting next to me. Elena Tomech has also been with Nebraska Nightly since spring 2022 as an anchor, reporter, producer, and student lead. Throughout her 6 semesters, she's produced and hosted countless shows, while also teaching other students like myself to be successful journalists. And this January, Elena will be moving to Colorado Springs to begin her work as a multimedia journalist and reporter for KKTV 11 News.
Wow, it goes by so fast. I can't believe that.
Are you excited, nervous?
Both. It's obviously weird starting a whole new job, moving to Colorado, but I feel so well prepared from the college, of course. They really set you up for success here. So
yeah, what's one thing you're going to be taking from Nebraska Nightly for the rest of your life?
Oh my goodness, obviously the connections, whether it was with professors and PIRs and my peers. I just really feel like those, that networking that you make in college will really carry with you for the rest of your life. So
I love that. Well, Nebraska Nightly is a production of the University of College of Journalism, Mass Communication. A huge thank you goes out to all the students and volunteers who've made our newscast possible every week. We want to do a special thank you to our professionals and residents, Mike McKnight, Jill Lampkins, Amber Little, Michael Lauber, and Heath Miller for taking time out of their busy schedules to teach us. We also want to say thank you to our faculty liaisons, Ken Fisher and Jill Martin, as well as our chief engineer, Jamie Wenz. The first show of the spring 2025 semester is tentatively scheduled for Friday, February 7th at 4:30 p.m. Until then, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and we look forward to seeing you in 2025 on Nebraska Nightly.